going to have a packed house tonight. It's going to be a good show.
Feet down, yes! And the ball's out at the end, and still on his feet.
We were kind of in a storm early. Thought we did a good job digging ourselves out.
How about the Cowboys coming out the way they did at the beginning of this game, and they're already down.
Romo! Tony!
It was the most watched game on any network in any time slot the entire season. Engineered by the two quarterbacks, but one got a win and one got a loss.
Can you believe it?
Talked about how the approach that they will take in trying to keep up with the Denver offense. You come out, you do what you do. You don't worry about how many the other team may or may not put up.
And they've got to push the ball down the field.
They fake to Murray, and Romo with time now flings it, and it's caught. Coming back for it was Williams. Nice move by Williams to get out to the 50-yard line. 25 on that play. On 2nd and 8, now they'll go empty. As Romo goes down to the middle of the field with Witten. Old reliable Jason Witten for 14, and he got away from Trevathan. We'll call it 2nd and 13. They seal the pocket. And Romo has the completion to Harris. Breaks the tackle and is near another first. As you see Peyton Manning waiting for his first appearance. Opening drive of the game. We have not seen the Broncos offense yet. The Cowboys taking it from their own 21 to this point. And Romo finds Beasley, who shoots free. Cole Beasley has a first down. Romo's hit his first 4 throws to 4 different targets. First down, carrying Murray. That open space. Murray stays balanced and gets down to the 3. It's first and goal for Dallas. Had it almost now 7 minutes. Fake to Murray. Romo to the end zone. And on the feet down. Yes! Touchdown, Des Bryant.
Beautiful throw. It's well covered. How about that? A back shoulder throw, 2 toes in.
You asked me at the start of the game, Brad, how do the Cowboys win it? You go on your opening kickoff, 11 plays, chew up nearly 7 minutes of clock time, finish it with a touchdown, and that's how you keep Peyton Manning on the sideline.
We cannot get complacent and have any 3 and outs. Their offense is hot, and we did not want to give them the ball back.
4. No, it's Decker, first down, and the ball's out at the end. After Decker had plenty for the first, and beyond, the Cowboys recover. Claiborne with the recovery. They're already coming off a magnificent opening drive, and now they're set up on the Denver side of the field. Romo now tries the right side, looking for help. He's in trouble. And still on his feet and fires it. What a catch! It's Witten with the grab as Romo pulls some magic in the pocket. 12 yards and a first down.
You just got to watch it to believe just what he did that time. Nice spin move. And here's what's impressive, how he gathered himself after all that movement at the end to throw the football in a safe place.
And the Cowboys now have 7 first downs. This is going to be the 17th snap for the Cowboys versus only 3 for Denver. 3rd and 8. Open. It's Witten at the 10 and down to the 4. It's Murray. Murray is in for the touchdown.
Touchback to the right, to the goal line. Touchdown, Cowboys. Not that they care, but this is the first time this year the Broncos have been behind by 14 points.
Hey, keep it up. Come on. That's what you play.
I thought we did a good job early on in the ball game, getting ahead and taking advantage of our opportunities. But you knew, as good as they've been, that they were going to come back.
We talked about last night, being able to handle being in a storm. We were kind of in a storm early, 14-0 on the road. Everybody was pretty determined to go out there and make some plays and keep moving the ball down the field.
Manning on first down. Has the completion to his tight end, Julius Thomas. 1st and 10. Manning down the field. There is a flag out. Decker over the shoulder grab. and a spin move to get away from Wilcox as he takes it all the way to the 3.
Eric Decker is an excellent double move wide receiver. He's been doing it for years.
As the Broncos have first and goal from the 4. Shovel pass. Julius Thomas. And a touchdown.
A little backdoor shovel pass. Nobody there.
They just went 80 yards in 50 seconds.
Hit Murray, right? He gave him that and let him out the back up, right? Can't do that anymore.
Cowboys from the 20. And again, wide open, it's Des Bryant. And the Cowboys come right out firing for 19, maybe 20.
They wanted to double covering every chance they got. I haven't seen it so far today.
On first down, Romo over the top and pulled in by Escobar. And they drafted in the second round and showing you why they're so high on him. Jack Del Rio, who played for the Cowboys from 1989 through 91. Second and 16. More pressure, and again, spinning away from the heat. Airs Romo to Witten again. Witten having a huge first quarter.
He's having a big first quarter, and so is Tony Romo. But watch Tony Romo as a reverse field and finds Witten past the first down. He's coming across the field, Jason Witten. He's wide open anyway. Nobody covered him. Somehow Tony Romo finds him across the field.
End of the first quarter, the Cowboys had dominated time of possession, 12:57 to 2:03.
Romo, his best first quarter of his career, 167 yards.
He's on fire. He is throwing it as well as a quarterback can throw a football.
Gives it to Murray, who breaks through a little seam and picks up another 9. And it's Murray again to the 10, to the 5, and down to the 2. Romo, all kinds of time. All kinds of time. Now is forced down at the 25 by Sean Phillips. 17 yards on the sack.
Look down the field. Do you see anybody come open? And what happens is the receivers are so like, what do we do? They didn't know where to go and readjust.
Dan Bailey is out for a 43-yard field goal try. He's missed his last 2. Pure on this one.
The only person stopping us is ourselves. Nobody else is going to stop us. That's the mindset. That's how we have to play the game.
Manning and company would love to convert here. If they're down 10 points, under 12 to go in the half.
3rd and 6. There's Marino in stride to the 33. As Peyton takes something off of that throw and lofted it right into the perfect spot for 19. 2nd and 1. There's an opening for Hillman. And Hillman is taken down at the 2. Church saves the touchdown. 1st and goal. Peyton has another touchdown pass. This one to Decker.
What a catch. Pretty good throw, too. Nothing that Claiborne can do on the coverage. He did very well, overplaying it and taking the throw up the field. But Peyton Manning wants the back shoulder throw. What an adjustment by Decker.
The Broncos are hot, man. They scored 2 touchdowns in 9 plays. They are moving the ball down the field. They're moving it down the field fast. Dallas is coming a little bit unraveled. If you're the Dallas Cowboys, you got to take a deep breath and regroup.
Having success with his wide open spread offense working well.
There's Des Bryant. Ball comes out. Did he make a football move? It's Denver football at the 41. Stripped away by Kayvon Webster.
But it is an aggressive defense, and it just matches what we see on the other side with this Broncos offense.
Particularly in a game like this, you're trying to limit their opportunities as much as you can. You don't want to give them any easy chances, and they don't need any help on offense. They're pretty good. And you just got to fight through those things. You don't want those negative plays. You have to overcome them.
So you ready to call on Demarius or Welker for a first time? 2nd and goal. He's going right side, and it's Julius Thomas again for the touchdown.
He likes the matchup. Julius Thomas, who do you cover, Jim? What do you do?
Obviously putting such an emphasis on Welker and Demarius Thomas that Julius Thomas is the go-to guy. How about the Cowboys coming out the way they did at the beginning of this game, and they're already down to put up the first 14 of the game. 2nd and 8. And they get to Romo. That was Malik Jackson flying into the backfield. 3rd and 15. fake, dives down 21-yard line. A 3-and-out for the Cowboys.
You have the sense that they're scoring a lot. I think that's part of it. You have to try and get rid of that a little bit and just, once again, do what the defense is allowing you to do and take what they give you. I know that's an answer that you hear a lot, but it's true. Otherwise, you're going to get yourself in trouble.
With 3:10 to go, and Denver with their offense on the field from the Broncos 36.
Here outside of Dallas, where the Broncos offense has been gearing it up here, putting on another show. Moreno into the secondary and tackled at the 54. Fakes to Moreno. And now goes down the field, knocked out of the hands. It's going to be a flag on Lee, who was trying to cover Julius Thomas. 21-yard penalty.
If they score here, they want some time left to get the ball back and do something with it.
2nd and 3. Moreno to the 5 and hurdles to about the 2. Lined up in the eye on 3rd and goal.
Mitch Unrein is the fullback, defensive lineman.
Peyton still has the football. Can you believe it? Peyton Manning runs it in for the touchdown.
Goes untouched. That is one for the ages.
Naked bootlegs only work, the ones that I've done, when you don't tell anybody. You call the run play, and it's a run play, and you just kind of make a decision there as you get to the line of scrimmage based on the right look. If you think they're going to maybe slant one way, and as soon as Julius in motion and the guy covering him went with him, I kind of said, well, that's a good look for it. The key is you want to do it about every 5 years or so.
Now you got to worry about Peyton Manning's run game day.
Yes.
Well, you got 40 seconds and no timeouts.
Yeah, get yourself 3 points would be lovely.
Heave it down there.
And now Romo dancing around and heaves it. Man is open. And is he going to go out of bounds? Why in the world did he stay in the field? That was Williams with the catch.
They should have time to kill him. Of course, this puts them in field goal range.
And he was a foot from just stepping out, stopping the clock. We'll have a 48-yard field goal attempt by Bailey. Close out the half. And the kick by Bailey. It's hooking, and it is good.
It's Denver 28, Dallas 20. Manning will open the second half from the shotgun.
It's hard to enjoy a touchdown drive when you feel like their offense is hot and you really are going to have to go out there and do it again.
Manning will open the second half from the shotgun.
Like it, trying to pressure the wide receiver.
They've got Julius Thomas wide open in the middle of the field. And a former college basketball player picks up 27. Plus he has 3 touchdown passes and a run for a score. And a delay give to Moreno. Stiff arm gets outside. Moreno, every single time he's handled it today, he has fought off defenders and picked up extra yardage.
Well, they talk about he just looks stronger and he looks bigger and no question runs harder.
He's got an attitude about him that I like. And you're seeing it here today. 1st and goal. Peyton goes for a second option. It's Hillman. Ducks down at the 3.
He just wants to check the coverage. He sees it's man-to-man.
Pass, Welker, first catch is a touchdown.
They always run Welker in the flat in that situation, in that formation. So he's going to go outside, Welker. What do? Nothing you can do.
You step up to that challenge. We knew it was going to be a very difficult game. We knew it was going to be a game where they were going to have success. And to handle the success, handle the adversity, keep coming back, give ourselves a chance to go ahead and win this ball game.
2nd and 9. And long ball time. And the Cowboys connect. And he gets away. It is going to go for a touchdown for Terrence Williams. 82 yards. Romo with the perfect strike. And Williams out-battles Tony Carter. And somehow he got instant separation and a touchdown.
Top of your screen, what is so good, the throw is perfect across the field. But look at Williams. He shields Carter, keeps him behind him the whole time. What a job by the receiver, and a beautiful throw by Tony Romo.
And he's going home. Terrence Williams, and it's 82 yards.
The safety makes a shoestring tackle that prevents Noshawn from gaining the edge, and Denver will have to try a field goal.
I think you always enjoy competing. I think you always enjoy getting challenged. I always think anything that's difficult and you have to rise up and play at a certain level to compete and to win, I think is an enjoyable aspect for any athlete.
It results in another completion for big yards.
On 2nd and 10. Nice catch on the run by Bryant. Finally able to chase him down, but it goes for 27. Sideline route back to Bryant. Trying to reel it in with one hand. And draws a flag on Rogers Cromartie. Held him on the arm.
Automatic first down.
2nd and 4. And go down the field and incomplete. Back to Des Bryant. 3rd and 4. Slant. Beasley to the 5 and down to the 2. 23 yards to Cole Beasley. Murray's already run one in for a touchdown. Going up top instead. And it is a touchdown again to Des Bryant. And the Cowboys look like they're going to go for 2. Chance to get it within a field goal. Romo, he can run it in from here maybe. No, close in and shut him out. There's nothing normal about this game, the way points are being accumulated.
The Cowboys are still less than a touchdown behind.
Biggest numbers of all, though, coming from right here. As Manning goes way down the field. And it's intercepted by Claiborne. Peyton's first pick thrown this season.
Good job by Claiborne. Kept his eyes on the quarterback.
They were in zone coverage and thought I might be able to get one in there. Didn't make a good throw, but it really wasn't a good decision as well. Certainly that was not a good time because their offense was hot and we needed to answer.
Dallas with a 2nd and 10 from their 49-yard line after the pick.
All right, can't wait to see what's going to unfold here in quarter number 4 in the shootout down in Texas. And another completion. It's Witten's first catch since the first quarter. 1st and 10. And there's Witten. Witten to 15, to the 10. And Moore stops him from taking it the distance. But that's the case. 2nd and goal. And Romo, again, all kinds of time. And now fires it. And hits the pass for the touchdown. It's Jason Witten. And the Cowboys are back in front.
Beautiful job. Look at the rush. They tried the game up front, and Tony Romo steps up into the pocket, and he is an excellent thrower on the run.
They're going to go for 2 again. Now trying to go up by 3. And it is complete for the 2 to Terrence Williams.
Just keep going, keep banging. When you do get an opportunity, try to make a play. They made important plays in this ball game. Help us move the ball, help us score points. You know, you have to keep fighting through it and find ways to do that. And we've done that in the past, and we'll do it again.
10 touchdowns in this game. Dallas in front 41-38, so we still have plenty of time left. Broncos for the first time this year trail in the 4th quarter. So we'll see what Peyton Manning and the offense can do.
The noise, is it an annoyance to Peyton Manning? Yes, but they do a lot of hand signals so they can overcome it.
3rd and 10. Across the middle, the catch is made, and what an effort again by Moreno. Moreno's been one of the unsung heroes in this game. Rutger takes it to the Dallas side of the field. So they get out of that 3rd and 10 jam, and now they're revving up the engines again. That picks up 13.
And put his offense in another good situation.
2nd and 5. Cowboys watch him go down the field and over the top. They're trying to blitz.
But Peyton Manning was ready for it. Just a little bit of an overthrow.
Now a 3rd and 5. Flings it, and it's behind the receiver. Tightly covered that time by Brandon Carr. They were going to Demaryius Thomas that time. So this is going to be a 50-yard attempt to tie the game. And the kick is good.
You know, the field goals were disappointing because their offense was scoring touchdowns in the second half, but thought we did a good job kind of digging ourselves out.
I've played long enough to know that certain games are certain ways. You're going to throw it less than others, more than others, and you just look at what the team needs that day to win a football game.
Goes for the long ball. Bryant is there at midfield. Slashes back to the 40 and finds the open seam. What a move by Bryant. And he's tackled at the 5. On a 3rd and 6. 79 yards.
What a decision by Romo. That was not his read. He wants to throw it inside. It's all covered. Stays in the pocket. The protection allows him to throw it to Des Bryant. And look at the big man run.
Hey, they don't see you breathe. Pivots. We're going to need another one of those. Don't take it to the crib. We're going to need about 2 more of those. Got to get a deep breath.
No one has ever thrown for 502 yards in a Cowboy uniform until today, with a 1st and goal at the 4.
Sun's got to be a problem.
Good toss to Beasley. Beasley gets the block, and he's in for the touchdown. That was Terrence Williams who helped him, and Cole Beasley took it in for the touchdown.
This is just an unbelievable football game. They might as well just take both sets of linemen off the field, because this is strictly a 7-on-7 passing league right now, and it's Manning and Romo, and to this point Romo has got the best of him.
Things are always a little different on the road, and this team is tough at home, especially early in the game when they were up 14-0, and then there at the end when they took the lead.
So, work to be done here in the 4th quarter. Dallas 48, Denver 41.
Peyton fakes into the line and goes over to Moreno. Helps ensure the 1st down. 2nd and 10. Manning steps up and completes the pass.
Keep trying to get to the quarterback.
1st down throw. Down the field. What a catch. That was Demaryius Thomas.
Well, the sun coming in. It's not snowing. It's a hot day, but Peyton Manning just drives it out there. And Demaryius Thomas, great advantage in this league now.
What a throw. And stopped it to 2. Now has a 3rd and goal. They go Moreno, and Moreno takes the pile with him for the touchdown.
Okay, so the Cowboys are going to have all their timeouts in 2.5 minutes, and they got to find a way to milk the. You can't give this guy the ball back.
You know, you try to be thoughtful about what the right decision is at the time, and you empower your players to make the plays.
Tony Romo in the shotgun.
They blitz. Romo tries to run away from it, and he's dragged down by Phillips.
Looking to throw the football quick. Nobody open. The pressure, not really that somebody was there, just they push the pocket backwards. Hard to step up and be decisive of where you're going to throw the football.
As we approach the 2-minute warning, they'll have to run a play before it on the north side of it. 2nd and 16. The throw, and it's intercepted. Trevathan picks off Tony Romo, and the Broncos are set up with 1:57 to play.
The first one they sacked Tony Romo. Here he's going to throw in the middle of the screen. He gets pressure, can't step through it, but because of the pressure in front of him, he can't drive the football the way he wants, and Trevathan makes the interception.
Leave everything on the field just to try and win these football games, and it's disappointing when you don't. And we had a chance today against as good a football team as there is, and we know that. And we had a chance, and that's what you want starting the day.
And now they'll be able to run it down, take the timeout, and bring Prater out for the win.
You know, and I know, and everybody knows the story is going to be. And of course, the Broncos, Peyton Manning, their offense, they were magnificent. It really came down. Who made that big mistake? It was the Dallas Cowboys.
28 yards to stay unbeaten, to run the win streak in the regular season to 16. Prater for the win, and the kick is good. (51-48) Broncos in the 4th highest scoring game in the history of the NFL.
Well, I think when your football team is good enough, you'll win those football games, and that's partly why you continue to try and get better throughout the football season. That's what we're trying to do now.
I've always believed in prior seasons that you could refer to a earlier game, late in the season, say, hey, remember in Dallas we were down hey, we can come back. And remember this situation, hopefully use it down the road to help us.
Great effort. Way to keep fighting, man. Give yourselves a hand. What's better than 4 in a row? 5 in a row.